now from the desk of the superintendent's office, it's time for Super News. And on this special edition of Super News, we'll get to meet some of our super teachers, the Dynamic Dozen, our Teachers of the Year. Let's meet them now.
I think the qualities that a teacher must have to be successful is to not only know the content that they're teaching, but to have the drive to want to make a difference, to make sure that the students are not just learning what they need to, but how to actually apply it and why it's important.
I'm trying to accomplish my students to understand that I'm not only here for them academically, but also socially. I want them to know that no matter what their needs are, I'm here. Of course, I also want to see them grow academically, so I make sure that we cover all the standards in many ways, including videos, hands-on experiments.
As a music teacher, I am trying to instill in my children a sense of appreciation for all music types, and especially for learning an instrument, which takes lots of work and dedication.
Talk, 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 and read, read, read. You can never talk enough, or you can never read enough for kids, especially in pre-K4.
You need to be compassionate in order to succeed and have your students succeed. If you show them the love, and you show them that you care, in return, they're going to succeed.
I try to be very detailed, relate some of the biology material to real life experiences, have them consistently focused and working and just learning every day.
My vision for my students is that they leave 4th grade with me and they continue to have a desire to learn, have a desire to read. I want my students to want to not only graduate high school, but to go to college and to learn as much as they can possibly learn. And even once they're adults with their own kids and their own jobs, I want them to still have a passion for learning and learning about things that interest them.
In St. Bernard, we have so many opportunities to learn and grow as educators. And instead of teachers being kind of competitive, we enjoy collaborating to grow our kids and grow as teachers.
Music is so important for elementary school students because it's the only subject that exercises their entire brain. Just by listening and performing music, it's a workout for every other subject pretty much. Without having the stress of trying to do a math problem, they can still exercise the math part of their brain. It's also important for communication and empathy. It's important for learning about culture all around the world and with our own community.
I encourage them to read like the author intended for them to read, and they do just that. They get up, they're reading aloud with expression. They're so engaged in the characters and the reading that it makes it enjoyable for everyone.
I want my students to feel comfortable each day when they walk into my classroom. So I take the time and effort to make my classroom a home away from home. The students feel more comfortable and they work harder. When they work harder, they have more success.
What I do to make learning fun is just to give them different opportunities to explore outside, to explore inside, to explore around the school. And so it's just teaching it in different ways, whether it's taking a walk or reading a book or going on a field trip.
They have all the tools that they need. What matters is grit, what matters is perseverance, and I hope that they carry those skills that I teach them along to push forward and really accomplish their dreams.
I would like to see them succeed and continue to grow, have the option to go to college or technical school and apply some of the skills and knowledge that they've learned in my classroom to their college or job.
Anytime they can do anything that's kind of just a little different, working with groups and hands-on, they love it. And it's kind of nice as a teacher because you can kind of step off and just kind of observe and watch the students kind of do all the heavy lifting.
For 1st grade, I love teaching math to my students. They get so excited when we do fluency practice and they're screaming, and you could tell that they are enjoying what we're doing. It's very interactive. We use a Promethean board, they use their boards. There's all opportunities for them to participate in everything that we're doing. And their face, it just lights up when we do math.
started as a swim instructor, and then I started working as at my university childcare center, where I just was told by a lot of my coworkers that they think I should switch my major and that I was really good at this. And I kind of never looked back. I did it, and I love what I do every day.
When I went to Shulman High School, I really loved the environment. I was involved, I did well academically, and I had a lot of friends that I got along with. And for me, those bonds and relationships with my teachers and my peers really set the foundation for me, and I enjoyed it so much I knew that's where I wanted to stay for my career. And now as a teacher, I feel like I see how much of an impact that Chalmette has made for me, that I hope I can do the same for the students.
I've done many trainings in Louisiana where I've met with teachers from other parishes, and they do not have the support like we have in St. Bernard. We have someone to go to for any problem we might face, and somebody's there to help us. We also get the best backing as far as curriculum, books, any materials we need. This is just a great place, especially to start for new teachers. There's so many people that can help you in any way that you need.
I'm not from St. Bernard Parish, but I did a lot of observing out here throughout my college career. I fell in love with how the school system is run, the faculty, the staff, and the administration, and the curriculum.
In second grade, I had Miss Lee St. Philip. She made me feel so important. But then in the middle of the school year, my house burned down, and I had to switch schools. Pretty soon, I met a new teacher, Miss Sandra Dempsey. She looked me in the eyes and she told me how very important I was. She told me she stood up all night on the phone with Miss St. Philip, talking about how an amazing writer I am. She made me feel even more special than I ever could imagine I could be. From that moment on, I knew that when I grew up, I would be that for another student. I would spend each day of my life making sure that every student in my community knew how important they are.
I've been teaching now for 10 years, and the advice I would give to any teacher is stick with it. The depth of your struggle is the height of your success. So while you're going to have bad days, there's also many, many good days. The students are going to struggle, but they will eventually succeed if you stick with it. And seeing those students succeed is what makes teaching worth it.
Even though you're the teacher, you're still learning, and everything's still a learning process. So take it day by day. Learn to not take things so personal sometimes, and even if you have a bad lesson, you can always have another day to have a good lesson.
It's going to be a lot harder than you expected. Nothing anyone tells you will ever prepare you for your first year, but that if you really care and this is something that you really see yourself doing and want to do, it's going to be worth it in the end.
My advice for a teacher just starting out would be to remember why they got into this profession. Everyone becomes a teacher because they want to create change, be change, help students grow.
Just get through that first year. Any way you can make it through, just get through the first year, because year 2 will be 100 times better than your first year.
So Teach for America is a 2-year program, but I decided to stay because I really enjoy teaching, and I enjoy teaching in St. Bernard Parish. You guys make it very enjoyable for me to stay here.
St. Bernard's a really, really good place to start your career just because of the people that live here and the people that you'll get the opportunity to work with.
The best part about teaching in St. Bernard Parish is having the opportunity to be a part of a family who works together towards the same mission, creating lifelong learners and building our community.
Well, first, St. Bernard and Araby are, I think everyone will probably answer that it's a family. It's a community that really embraces you. I grew up in New Hampshire, so most of my family is in the Northeast. And just in my personal life, going through anything, I always have my coworkers to lean on, and they've been there for me through lots of different things, and I've been there for them.
They're there for one purpose, and that's to make our school the best school that it can be and help the kids to to reach their full potential that they can.
My first year at Arlene Miro Elementary, I had a lot of students who have younger siblings, and so I love seeing those younger siblings throughout the day, hearing them say, I can't wait to be in your class one year, seeing their parents, and their parents still saying, you know, Ms. Rissell, we loved you. I think that that sense of community that we have within the entire school is really important.
And then also with families, I feel like even when we have open house night, families will come in, you'll see everybody hugging each other because they haven't seen each other in so long. So it's always just kind of a beautiful thing to see all those connections constantly happening at St. Bernard Middle.
St. Bernard Parish is a great parish to teach in because everyone is so familiar. Your children live so close to their school. They want to participate in everything. Parents are pretty good about wanting their children to participate in everything. And that's great for your program, and it's great for the community, and it builds so much culturally for the entire parish.
Each day, teachers work really hard to educate the students in our community. As a parent, don't be afraid to contact your teacher. We want your help. This is a partnership. It takes both of us to create the future. Let's work together.
Congratulations to these outstanding Teachers of the Year who represent all that is good in our public schools. And kudos to our 3 parish-wide winners, Sarah Turnbull from Chalmette Elementary School, Chelsea Easterling from Tris Middle School, and Cody Jackson from Chalmette High, who all truly showcase parish pride.